Hello, everybody, again, and welcome to another episode of Stock Talk. I am your host, Mike, and with me is the Grand Ninja.
Kage, how's it going?
Good. Hey, Kage. So we don't have Hog. Maybe he'll tune in and jump in here. I got a decent show planned for you today. I've got some news off of. We got some economic news because we know we like to update people, and we got some decent stocks to talk about. First, we're going to talk about an article from Tyler Durden from Zero Hedge. There, he said he has here stocks shrug off bullard, bad data, BBB bust as dollar drops. So the dollar is sinking. So maybe the next time you get paid some dough, your dollar could be it was worth 93 cents, and now it's going to be lower. So we'll have to see how that averages out. That's going to be great Friday news, especially when Rasmussen just came out with a poll and said 50% of people think Joe Biden should be impeached. So we're not trying to get political on here, but we have to cover this news because it affects your wallet. So another day of disappointing macro data points that the manufacturing growth slowly more than expected, and inflation is higher than expected in this morning PMI ISM data. Are you thinking here, Kage, that this is a little bit self-inflicted here? I mean, is anybody home at the outhouse? That's all I'm saying.
I think they didn't realize what they were getting into, and then it blew up in their face.
Yeah, I mean this is just sinking bad, and we don't know with the stuff that in Canada, as far as material and thing, how that's going to affect certain markets as well. That's something to keep an eye out and watch. Then you have your China shutdowns, things like that, to slow the spread for the Olympics, things like that. So. Looks like Senator Manchin's comments about the Build Back Better is dead spooked the stock market in the beginning. Post-opening plunge, it says the dip buying fest and sentiment also didn't help St. Louis Fed Jim Bullard response roll to the bad cop, noting that QT could start Q2 and the 5 rate hikes this year is a good bet. So they're saying that, and so that didn't help. Also moving along. The dollar took a freaking dump like we were talking about. Okay, so it looks like on the dollar front, it continued to slide, almost erasing all the post-FOMC spike again. You can see the chart on the dollar there, not looking good there. So next time you open up your wallet, make sure a loaf of bread doesn't cost you 20 bucks. Hopefully that'll never happen, but you never know these days. Cryptos are relatively quiet today, with Bitcoin very marginally higher than outperforming all expectations. And then Zomsor today, despite the prices actually closing lower, VTI chomped around 88 ahead of tonight's API inventory. Gold was pumped and dumped to start February, but ended up back to 1800, so that's good news there. Going on to stocks, one of the first stocks we're going to talk about there, Kage. Do you have any comment about the dog show, at least so far, what we've talked about?
Just more along the lines of watch what you're doing.
Yeah.
The volatility is very risky to get into and hard to predict.
Grab your food storage, and if you
have a little bit of a hedge against inflation, if you know what I mean.
And if you're pissed and you lost money, do what freaking Peppermint Patty said. Have a margarita, chill, relax. Everything's okay, even though you're losing your money.
I think that only works for her.
Well,
I think she just wants to, say, screw it and just have a margarita.
I don't know why she just doesn't quit. I don't know how she keeps up the propaganda there with these clowns, but I guess it is what it is.
I don't even know how truth can even exit her mouth. I don't even know how truth can even exit her mouth when it's been so stuffed full of lies.
Yeah, you just keep on believing them. After you go for a while, you're robotic. So it is what it is. This one's going to be an interesting. We're going to talk about. It's popping in the news. This stock is SNDL. SNDL. Put that on your charts. Last tick on this one was 0.4920. Going to it, obviously, Kage, it's not healthy. There's two things happening here. I'm going to explain them to you. First thing on this stock is that it possibly could get knocked off of the Nasdaq due to earnings. So we possibly could see that happen. They're going to try to ask for an extension, and this is why you're seeing the news popping about this. If they don't get their extension, then there's rumors of a reverse split. So if we get a reverse split, that's not going to be a good thing, and that's going to send people panicking and selling. So for some of the shareholders out there, let's hope we get let's hope we get that extension there, so we can keep everything going there. And maybe the I think it's Alcana, I think that we're going to talk about. Maybe the Alcana numbers will get, if they can get the 6 months extension, then the Alcana numbers can get out there, and then they can get some things going on, which you're probably going to cover in the twits there. Going on to what would you say they do here, Kage? Okay, so going into what would you say you do if you're new and you haven't been following the hype on this one. They're a licensed cannabis producer based in Alberta, and they have tried and true farming and innovative horticulture technologies for the select cannabis strains. They focus on natural and healthy cannabis there. So what do you have from StockTwits, because that's where the real traders are at. Kage, what do you have on your end there for sentiment here?
Bullish for the most part for this stock. Here's a quote from SNDL now. He says, SNDL bullish. Because the majority of the firm's Spirit Leaf stores are owned by private operators, which only bring in a $25,000 upfront franchise fee and a 5% royalty fee on gross sales. According to Inner Spirit, August 24th, 2020.
I have an interesting take from Tex Photog. He says, I realize now how all y'all muscles enough to keep pumping this. Those heavy bags y'all carry, good to work out. So he's basically saying he's thinking that I wonder if he's just speculating about the possibility of delisting and reverse split. It seems like he has no hope for a 6-month extension probably. What else do you got there?
How about this from NUFAN? He says, SNDL bullish. We'll be buying everyone's delisting fear all week. Winky emoji.
Mm-hmm. And that's why some of the reason why you're seeing some of this popping in the news, not necessarily pump and dump lists and things like that. You're seeing this because of the news of the possible delisting and the possible extensions / reverse split. There's so much up in the air here. If you're new to the program and you're trying to get into this or you're thinking about it, I would put all of these into question mark of what you're doing. If you don't know what reverse split is, go and Google it, check it out, and then because for us we don't have all the time to break it down what it is, things like that, because we're covering news, so much going on with the stock here, we could spend all day. And then so Alcana, I have some news here from Investors Place. Alcana buyout could pave Sundial Growers stocks path back to $1. This is they're trying to get this thing moving to see if they could get it back up to at least the range to where if they're trying to do this, you could that is a semi sign. This is speculation on my part, a semi sign that you could get the extension here if these guys are willing to go out. But we'll see what happens. I don't know how much they got paid to write the article. But the marijuana products market is unstoppable, or it seems to be late of 2017. Yeah, just look at Curaleaf and you can see why. They got the stores everywhere, and you got people carrying around Curaleaf card. They're carrying around their cards in all these other states because of the 2018 elections. So they're all pumped up for that, and you see where that stock price went to. So fast forward to early 2022, an early perfectly solid business like Canadian cannabis, Sundial Growers is disappointing investors as SNDL stock struggles to find its footing. It might seem unfair for Sundial shares are underperforming, but that's the name of the game in the financial markets. Sometimes you just have a long-term thesis and stay in the trade long enough and thick enough and thin. So what else do you have there from the twits?
How about this quote from Joe Bass 472? He says, SNDL bullish. Are you guys facing delisting? Just like AMC and GME has naked shorting going on, it's the same crap in SNDL. Mm-hmm. Do your buy orders even hit the exchange? Check the dark pool percentage.
That's an interesting take there. This one's interesting. This is from Get It Straight. It says getting 100% increase, boys. Let's see some nice gap this month. Well, we'll see if that happens there, man. I'm seeing a lot of people wanting to hit the panic button. What else do you got there? Okay, guys, going on to stock twits because that's where the real traders are at. We have another interesting take, and then we'll go to more of this Alcana news on this. As far as maybe Trudeau should cut a deal with the truckers, and they can get SNDL to get some sales up, do some government cheese, get some dollariskis flowing, the government dollariskis flowing to this, and give this to the truckers there, huh? Give them some Alcana booze and some freaking. They should just have a big smoke party out there and figure this whole situation out. What do you think?
Well, I think it would be a gesture of good faith, to be sure, but I'm not exactly sure if that's ultimately what they want. So
that's what they should all do.
Time will tell.
I say unite the tribes all over and with the governments and a lot of the dissidents, and smoke this thing out and drink it out and figure out if you can come up with a good solution. It's better than freaking fighting all the time. So, because
by all means, yes, I'm all for people coming to the bargaining table.
Yeah, bargaining table and negotiation work good.
Having a little smoke here and there.
So that's just my idea. I'm just floating it out there, guys, for the world. There, just let's get some Alcana and some SNDL here and get it over to the people out there in the governments, and let's have a little round table, and that'll bring the stock up price. Really, that'll be some news headlines. Anyway, back on the twits there. This is all fairy tale land, but go ahead.
Oh yeah. This is a comment from Sergio. He says, "Bullish SNDL. Good evening, my fellow bulls. I have noticed that I use political lenses to make investment decisions.
You should.
This slow upward trend when volume is about half of average last 2 days is open to interpretation. The way I look at it, it is low sales, slightly higher buys. Is this when politicians start putting money in? Is Hexo the political favorite, or am I hoping more than I should? Time will tell. This week should be a good week."
Rule number 1 you found out this year. Do not trust a politician there. A lot of you banked on out there, and we talked about this before, the $6.5 trillion with some of those stocks. Now you know where it's at, because I said before at the beginning, if you paid attention to the show, that you can go back to all my videos to go and prove we didn't have the dough for that. That's all fake. You don't have money coming into the treasury. I said that before, saying it again. Do not trust these people on what they're saying and doing, because they can't come. They don't have the clout, especially right now. Going forward with this one, we have this in this article from Investors Place. They had the exciting thing about Alcana, the liquor retailer, is has game-changing potential. Alcana is Canada's largest private liquor retailer. Impressively, Alcana operates 171 locations, predominantly in Alberta, under 3 retail brands. Their values focused on liquor retailing, creating market stability, and they believe the replication of the playbook in cannabis has a strong potential to drive the result. So it looks like the company has generated $16.4 million in free cash flow in the last 4 quarters. Now here's the deal. If they can get this extension, Kage, like I said, going forward, that's where I would say realistically to look forward to is the 6 months extension. If they can get that 6 months extension without having to do the reverse or the delisting, then they're in good shape, because then you have the option to show some of this Alcana revenue. That's what I would go there. That's what I would look for first. So if you're new to this stock, I would completely watch it. Because there's so many unpredictable things happening here is where I would say. What do you have, Kage, as far as more from the twits? Because I have some more interesting comments.
There were a few bears sprinkled here and there, but
throw the bears out, because I actually like when you read the bear ones, because I like to see who's just trying to manipulate and things like that, because you can kind of read these people a little bit. You do this for so long.
How about this one from Dieter, who says bullish? He
says
SNDL. Wall Street expects SNDL's EPS to improve 85.1% year over year in the about to be reported quarter. Wall Street analysts that rate SNDL rated it a hold. The 12-month median price target of 94 cents indicates a 95% potential upside. The price target range from a low of 90 cents to the high of 97.
Okay, I've got Husker 40 takes says I'm buying more because I'm addicted. The hedge fund managers don't blank understand. I can't say it because I'll get censored and demonetized, guys. And payback for 2008. So that's what he's saying. So he's a hold on that. And if you got in, what's there to lose now but hold the line anyway? So if you're already holding the bag already, I've got one for watch out. The Bears are spreading FUD, which we know what that is, about Zach. He left Pirate Capital in 2006 with 1.8 billion in assets, and after a year he left, and the assets fell to 375 million. So you can look up Pirate Capital. So that's, I think, Lewis CTRL. That's a good take there. What else do you got there? See, there's some good stuff here, Kage. Like I was telling you, man.
I think people are just wanting to have some regulation, but I think a lot of them want to have the freedom to do what they want.
Yeah. So what's your take on? Is your take on this? To obviously you would say like what I would say, but obviously it's a watch to you because there's too much unpredictability. But the Alcana news is interesting, don't you think?
Yeah, I think this is a definite watch.
Okay. Why would you watch it? Why would you say you'd want to watch it? What makes it interesting for you to watch?
Well, people want weed to be legalized. I'm saying that a good majority of them probably would like to have it legalized. And
does the delisting make you a little nervous?
Well, somewhat.
I mean, it's a possibility. I'm not saying, guys, it's right now it's getting delisted. There's a specter of that. So, and speculation. It possibly could happen. Does it make you nervous at all that that it possibly could reverse split? Or do you think more like in the lines, if they're talking about Alcana Investors Place, do you think that they will have, let's just say, an extension? Do you think they're going to get an extension granted?
There is that distinct possibility that it could split, but I think it's going to get an extension.
That's where I lean to, and I'm not trying to rile you guys up and get you all excited, but I would lean to that. I'm thinking that they're going to want to see this Alcana thing with that the Alcana deal there. That's some big news with the booze there. So I could be wrong, but just put it on a watch list. That's why I say put on a watch list. Speculation, but that's the name of the game. But we pretty much covered everything on this one, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, I think we gave it a fair shake. So
yeah,
let's go on to the next one.
Okay, see you in 2 and 2. Peace. Okay, guys, the next stock we have is BFRI. BFRI. Biofrontera Incorporated. Last tick was $4.20. You could see the chart. Well, if you got in around November, you actually made a lot of decent coin, and you went to the Bahamas for Christmas, it looks like. We have Hog back on with us. Hog, welcome to the show again. Glad to have you.
Glad to be here.
Were you out boarding or what?
You know it, dude. Rain, sleet, or snow.
Skate or die, dude.
Go.
Yeah, there was a few flurries today, so that was good. Maybe we'll catch a couple flurries when we do a mountain show one day. Going into what would you say they do here? They're a biopharmaceutical company engages in the commercialization of pharmaceutical products, specializes in treatment of dermatological conditions, in particular diseases caused primarily for exposure to sunlight in result of sun damage to skin. The company is focused on the treatment of actinic keratosis. So if you have like a little black spot on you, that is keratosis, and you should probably get it checked out. Not a black spot, but a little light brown spot. You should get that checked out because it could develop into skin cancer. So that's where they're going to go and get the little spray thing and nail you on that. So you don't want it. Keratosis leads to other bad things. So it's a good thing they're doing that. It markets a topical antibiotic treatment of impetigo. Its products include amylase and Zepay in 2 prescription products. Don't quote me on that because I probably mispronounced it. And BF Rhodes LED, a lamp used with amylase for lesion-directed, for field-directed treatment of actinic keratosis, a mild moderate severity of the face and scalp. The company was founded on March 3rd, 2015, and is headquartered in the People's Republic of Woburn, Massachusetts. So, Kage, going on to StockTwits, because that's where the real traders are at. What do you have as sentiment of what you have there?
I'm seeing team bullish for this stock.
Okay.
A lot of, but that's to be expected when things are trending, of course.
Yeah, there's big news on this, which I'm going to cover with you guys.
Oh, of course. Here's a comment from Market Swing Bet. He says bullish. BFRI. This is my second trade after taking a 3-year break from trading individual stocks. First trade hit a stop loss. Yes, I always use it, but this trade is a beauty.
Yeah.
Paid off. Good luck to all longs and screw all the shorts. It's our time now.
Yeah, I don't think he's too far out there, Hog, and I don't think he's far out there, Kage. I mean, I'm sure that guy you just heard from made a lot of bank last month. So, I mean, you could see the chart on that. That thing just ripped and roared. And the deal is here that I think you're still going to see. Would I get in this week? No, because everybody's talking about it. Should you find a buy point sometime to where you can get in for the next break? Because as I've told you, yeah, there's bad news, there's bad economic news, but I've been saying this for, how long, guys, have I been saying this? For the past 6 months since I've been talking about, 6 or 8 months, I think I've been talking about biopharma. You're seeing it pop more and more. Isn't it funny, some of the stuff I keep on talking about, it just keeps on trending? Maybe I have a looking glass or something, I don't know, that I see. So, or maybe it's just incompetence that I see? I don't know, what do you guys think?
I think you're just lucky, Mike.
Do you think I'm just lucky?
or it could be divine intervention.
No, I think it's just the tea leaves of incompetence that's out there. I don't know if it's anything divine. It's not looking good out there. Let's just put it that way. So I mean, you could see these things. If you study history, you can see there. I'm trying to figure out if this is intentional or if this is. I mean, because you got sheer incompetence out here. What you have going on. The fact that you go to a grocery store and there's shit missing from the shelves. I mean, I feel like I'm looking at stuff from the Soviet Union. So, but going into the news on this, guys, you have this is from Bazinga right here. It says Biofrontera. The update on the patient recruitment for phase 3 study for superficial basal cell carcinoma with the photodynamic therapy combined with BF Rodeo LED lamp in the U.S. To date, 70% of the planned 186 have been enrolled in the study. Patient recruitment for the study is ongoing in 2018 with the completion of patient recruitment anticipated by the end of 2022. Due to the demanded study protocol mandated by the FDA, the recruitment process has been taken a considerable amount of time and additionally slowed down by the COVID pandemic, of course, but has recently picked up, and said Erica Monaco. Patients will receive one cycle of 2 PDTs 1 to 2 weeks apart, which may be repeated after 3 months if required. The last assessment of patients will take place for the months of the last PDT cycle. Biofrontera will allow patients for additional 5-year period. Will monitor them for 5-year period. Each patient be treated with PDP or placebo. The primary study endpoint is composite complete clinical store clearance for the main lesion selected. So with this going forward, there's other things here in the hopper that I could cover and get to, which I will once I get your guys' take. Yeah, I see this moving forward with they have other things in the hopper, so as those hit, like I say all the time, when news pops, these things go up. So that's the safe part of playing the news. You're playing the news on these. Yes, they're a gamble, but when they hit on the news, that's where you make the coin. What do you guys have to add?
Yeah, I think this stock is worth looking into. Skin cancer is a thing that we should all be thinking of, I guess.
I know a lot of people that got lit up for it.
Especially here in Utah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and people who come up with solutions, I think we should support them with this. And if there's coin to be made in it, I think that's a double win.
What do you got from the real traders there, as far as from the twits there? What other what comments are you seeing on your end?
How about this comment from a plus trader on StockTwits? He goes by the name of Utradea, he says BFRI bullish. BFRI saw a significant increase in number of impressions over the last 24 hours.
Yeah, it's one of the top search ones out there right now. It's trending.
And stock twits.
It's not just in the twits. It's just out there as far as Yahoo. All the Google and Yahoo spiders got this thing out here. It's being talked about. So that's why I'm saying if you're new, you should probably take this on paper trading. Do not go and jump into this because what happens on Friday, guys?
Elo.
Yep. Yep. They're gonna dump off on Friday, and you're gonna lose your freaking butt because you just got freaking picked up with the pump up the jam. Don't let the shorters get you. Don't you think they're Hog?
Absolutely.
Yeah, you got to watch that out. Watch out for that. So guys, as I was discussing with you before on the website, I'm there. You have the recent basal cell carcinoma, which is huge in the fact because if you have basal cell, especially advanced things like that, and the regular basal, it's not good, dude. It's bad news bears. But they also have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 studies in the hopper. So once those hit, which then it hit in the news cycle I'm talking about, you have a potential to catch each of those waves and the rise north on that chart where the resistance is going to pick up, and that's where you're going to want to prepare for that if you are getting in. So you need to find your buy point wherever that is, wherever you're comfortable. But you have all those choices to where you're going to get, guys. So that's the thing. You have. We saw a guy yesterday. What was it? Kage. He was all, this thing sucks. It was another biopharmacy. I think it was Dare and everything, and he was criticizing it. And I was just like, dude, there's so many things here. How could you criticize it unless you're trying to manipulate? That's the only thing I could think of. So I just went on a tangent there, Hog, and I just went off on him. You know what I'm saying?
Well, and probably because, I mean, like you said, things have been slow and kind of unpredictable because of COVID.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of taken away, basically the FDA's time and attention. So that plays into it. Now that
they're too busy mailing off test kits from China.
They've freed up in some of this time and ability to get these approvals through because, I work in this biology, the lab testing industry,
Mm-hmm.
and believe me, it is a process.
Well, especially when you got all these people
involved in getting things passed, unless of course it's the COVID vaccines, in which case they just sort of look the other way.
Yeah. And
but there's still approval on it.
Yeah, and
whether they really have any actual testing. But
yeah.
For everything else, they are very, very ridiculously stringent.
Yeah, and imagine all the backlog you have with people calling in sick and everything like that. Well, it's just it's far behind. So the key to this one, like the twit said from Stock Twits, is that you got to be patient on this one because, like I said yesterday on Dare, Rome's not built in a day. If you think you're going to make a pocket load of money, hopefully you're a good short seller, because you will if you're a good short seller. But if you don't know what you're doing, you better try to short sell on paper. You got here on this one, so guys, they have face, scalp, and pain reducing illumination protocol. They're off on that one. They're doing a deal for severe acne, basal cell carcinoma, which we already talked about. Larger body regions, they have use for 3 tubes for the AK's safety study. And then they also have trunk and extremities and squamous cell carcinoma. So several things here, and that this skin cancer thing's only going to get worse, man, because it's just people take it when people are young, they take it way too lightly, and it's lighting up a lot of people when they get to their 40s and 50s, man, and even younger people you're seeing it in now.
Yeah.
It's bad. So we're not going into the climate change thing because this isn't the climate change show. If you want to do that, you can go watch AOC and her stuff and things like that. So she's got good things on that. Just kidding. I'm not a fan, but I'm just saying go listen to her stuff. I believe I think she's off Twitter right now, and then she took a break and came back. So just an update for you on useless information. What's your take as far as from the real traders there, Kage? What else do you got there? Because I saw some interesting things on there. There's some updates.
Oh yeah. Here's a comment from Vertical. He always brings his receipts for his comments, and he's a Plus member on StockTwits.
Okay.
BFRI bullish ran after market open and held up a nice range. Closed strong as well. One to watch tomorrow. Ran 15.9% since first alert, and he's got a chart. Comment.
I've got a take from Sifter. He goes, hold your shit. This is going to be up, up, and away. The cancer treatment market will blow the doors. What?
No, nothing.
Oh, so he said the cancer treatment market will blow your doors off the market cap. Buying here for the song, buy and hold with big thumbs. Float is small enough to keep flying on the volume. And he's circling skin cancer trial. What do you guys think on that take? That is like interesting as far as that goes, just because with the spikes with the recruitment update with the late stage, he's calling a shot, and I could see where he's calling. That's why I say this is an interesting look, because you're gonna ride that news that when that next news pops again, you, depending on where your buy point is, you are gonna make money again. It's just a matter of time. What do you got there, Hog?
Absolutely. Long term for sure. Definitely. It's not going to be, again, it's not one of these sort of pump and dumps. But I think definitely over time, you really just can't go wrong with this.
Yeah. It's just that you got to play these out, and some people, I think, when they see these, they're like, I've been here for 6 months. I've been here for 2 months, and this thing just doesn't move. These things take it. I brought up an example, Kage, like I did yesterday with Norovax. Norovax was around the $3 to $4, $5 range prior to COVID, and then as soon as news broke of that they were working towards what they were working towards, the thing just shot up through the roof. So the key here is patience. If you don't have patience, go try something else. That's all I got to say to you, because some of these are waiting games. I traded one NSAV. It took me 5 years to actually make money on it. I bought that thing for,
especially with some of these. The market's going to have some pretty drastic changes here shortly.
Yeah.
Everyone should be aware of that.
Yeah, hopefully.
So I'd say don't let that get you. Don't write that one out when it comes to this one.
Yeah. So with this one, you're just going to have patience, but it's a decent play. I would say it's on a highly watch list for me. I don't really have to cover any more of the comments. We pretty much got what we wanted to get out of it. What do you got there, Kage? What's yours? Sorry, Hog. You said that you said yours was extreme watch, right? Or
yeah.
Do you guys think that you're going to see the $15 range again if this thing pops again with the other news? Because you have 8 other different studies playing here. Do you think this thing's going to pop?
It's a possibility. They have competition. The thing is, what are some of these other ones? They really range too. I mean, they're kind of spread all across the board, which I think is a good thing.
Yeah, I'll read them back to here again. You have, let's see. Sorry, I went to products here. Let's go to research. So on the research, you have they have the AK safety study 3 tubes. So that's the dermatological tubes for the creams. You have the larger body region study, the BF Roto LED. That's what the lighting one. You have the moderate severe acne, the face and scalp pain reducing illumination protocol, trunk and extremities, and then your squamous cell carcinoma. So you have all those studies. You could ride that wave throughout the years and throughout the months. You're riding the news waves. So each time that pops, the resistance is going to go up on the chart, and you're going to make that change. So it's just, and this is what you want to look at. When you go to buy some of these, you want to look at the charts and see which charts are the most, some of these you can swing. This is one you could swing. So that if you're new, that's what we call one that you could swing. You're riding news waves and things like that. It's kind of like Tesla. What's another good one? The utility companies. You buy in the summer, and then when gas and oil, heating oil goes up, obviously you're making your dough in the winter. Same kind of thing. You're buying on the dip, and they're easy to predict. Oil's another one. You buy oil in the winter time, unless you're another guy like Q-Card and you cut the pipelines, and then you have summer prices in winter right now, and then. But whatever, man. You're importing more oil from Russia than you ever had before, which is really another interesting. But whatever, dude. Whichever way the wind blows, right? So do the opposite of what your opposition was doing. So, but anyway. So yeah, this is so. Kage, do you think this thing possibly could see where it was in Christmas time to give people a Christmas present like before, or no? An early one?
I can only say only time will tell, but from.
What are you doing? Playing with your Star Wars toys or what?
I wasn't doing that. I don't do it.
I want a firm. I want yes or no on this one.
We need confirmation if you're playing with your Star Wars toys again.
No, I'm not. But that's when,
how many lightsabers do you have, dude? Don't you have like a whole collection?
Dude,
of
if Kage has a lightsaber, he might have a freaking real one. You never know.
He's working on that real one.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Or you're more of a Trekkie, are you?
Anyway, I think we can definitely see this back up to 12 at least.
Yeah, it's just it's a matter of where they break in the news. So I don't think we've seen the last of above the $10 range. It's just a matter of time. So.
Yeah. Just you have to be patient, and if you don't have patience, then you should try something different.
So you're saying this is highly watched for you as well?
Yes, this would be a good watch.
Okay, so that's fair. We're moving on to the next. You got anything to add there, Hog?
No, man, just same thing. I think we're all in agreement on this one.
Yeah, it's just highly watched. There's too many good things happening here. Lots of good momentum. I mean, we covered what people said. So, and then what the alphabets were saying. So we're out on this one. We'll be back in the next.
Let's just do it. Don't be afraid, though. Sorry, I'm not.
Oh no, you're good. Go ahead.
Of delays, because this is a lot of this stuff is again FDA dependent.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you just got to be patient.
Delays, depending on what COVID's doing, but don't let that discourage you.
Yeah.
You know, don't just kind of keep sit tight.
Yeah, and the reason
it's not going to be a quick turnaround.
Yeah, the reason why he's saying that is because there was a guy yesterday that attacked the CEO of the company just because he was pissed because he lost money in the one company. I was like, dude, these things take time, man. They take time. Rome's not built in a day, like I said yesterday. So it takes time, and when you do something like that, I'm just going to go off on a tangent because you have to look at all these companies and look where they were, and you'll see. But anyway, we'll be back in 2 and 2, and we'll catch you in the next. Okay, guys, the next stock we have is WDLF. WDLF. Last tick on this one was 0.0042. Going to the chart, well, it's a penny. It's being it's a sub, so it's currently on the promotions, things like that. We're seeing some promotions out there. We're also seeing it trending on the web, which is pretty good for this stock. Going into what would you say they do here? The Social Life Network Incorporated is artificial intelligence, blockchain-powered social network and e-commerce technology company. It's engaged in providing custom niche network services to connect global businesses, professionals, consumers, residential, real estate industry, and legal global cannabis industry. So a little bit with the token industry guys here. It looks like it's kind of like with your other token companies and crypto ones. They deal with soccer, space exploration, auto racing, travel, hunting, fishing, and camping. So they're trying to be connected that with the crypto exchange there. The company was founded in January 2013, headquartered in the People's Republic of Inglewood, California. Inglewood, because they're always up to no good. Right there, Hog? So, Kage, going on to StockTwits, because that's where the real traders are at. What would you say the sentiment is here on this?
I think the sentiment for this is bullish for the most part.
Mm-hmm.
I think they are mainly pro-money part.
Let's hope so.
Yeah. Some of the comments that
The question is, do you like money? Do you keep it on your fridge? I think there was a movie that talked about that, keeping your money on the fridge and saving it, maybe. So maybe it was
What kind of currency do they use in Star Wars?
Yeah.
I think they used credits, I think. Why?
Credits.
Yeah.
I think they used different kinds of currency, mainly credits.
If you guys know the answer to that, put it in the comments section and you'll win absolutely nothing. I know Kameo used to give out prizes all the time, but it wasn't his money. So it was me that gave it out. So it looks like the company announced on August 16, 2021. This is December news, guys. A new division has been formed to focus entirely on the global decentralized social network and cryptocurrency project named Decentralized Life. In December 3rd, 2021, the 8K announcement, SN filed DBA with the People's Republic of Nevada to operate in the name of Decentral Life. The company aims to officially change the network to Social Life Network to Decentral Life on January 1st, 2022. So you had that news back there. There's some goals there, but what other sentiment do you have there, Cog?
How about this comment from Operator 999? He says, bullish. WDLF, we are happy to announce that we are moving forward into 2022 with multiple prospects for mergers and acquisitions deal to be completed.
Mm-hmm.
Currently have two separate parties that we are talking with and recently have been approached by another.
Interesting. What are the parties? Does he bring the receipts for the parties? Do we know?
I feel the social life network, and I think the cannabis industry.
Okay. If anybody knows the companies, put it in the comment section. We'd like to hear that. Goals for this there, guys, is create decentralized global social networking platform for user privacy, content control, universal connectivity to all decentralized network programs, platforms for the future, financially empowering the network by rewarding users their activity with crypto loyalty points that could be used to make purchases on networks to convert to WDLF tokens to be used globally, accessible cryptocurrency exchanges. Create, launch, and decentralized life token that can be used across all licensed networks so users can convert their crypto loyalty points into WDLF tokens. They filed the SEC. They made a file with SEC a registered initial coin offering so the tokens can be sold to investors and make a market created for the token on the major cryptocurrency exchanges. What do you have so far, Sentiment Hog? What you're seeing on this one as far as what you're hearing?
It's got a lot of buzzwords. Seems like one of those to me.
So, what's that?
I mean, people, according to what I'm reading here, it is bullish. So, yeah, I say go for it. It's hitting everything, man. It's hitting cannabis.
You got to find your buy point. Yep.
Got blockchains. People love that stuff. They eat it up.
Yeah, it would be one. It is a sub, so obviously the risque, but it is pump up the gem, but you got to find your buy point so you don't get caught up in the pump up the gem because you are your manipulators. What are you doing? Cooking leg? What are you getting?
I'm big on the social networking thing, but what else?
What are you doing? Cooking bacon and legs or what?
Does it sound like I'm cooking?
Yeah, it sounds like you're cooking bacon and legs or something. Or you got legs cooking you bacon and eggs.
My desk is falling apart because it's from IKEA.
Okay.
And I'm just.
Oh. Yeah. It looks like we have Kage. I don't know if you missed this one. This is the market humbly many. He says, surely liking the uptrend, which is still intact, closed at 0042 today, 7.9%. Very ready for the penny land again because all WF shareholders are awesome. No, he didn't say that, but I just put that there. The sentiment here for the hype. You also have this, Kage. This is important. Did you mention this one about the merger?
I think so. Yeah, I glossed over the acquisitions and mergers.
Okay. Do you remember the company they're mentioning here or no? I'm catching you, Kage, on live camera here because I was seeing if you got that. You got to bring your receipts to these people, man.
Of course, I did say they found network something.
Okay, so you have Bug Strong Universe. I'm checking on you, Kage. I'm going through and doing the receipts here and checking what you got there. I got.
You gotta be on your toes, dude.
Yep. I got WLF merger. This is huge, is because some of the people will call you out on this. Acquisition possibly in February for NJ Link. Time is coming. Once it's officially announced, it'll take off. So there.
Yeah, I'm scrolling through the comments, and NJ Link came up several times. So
Yep.
I wasn't exactly sure if that was a name of a person or if it was a company or what.
Okay. You also have Bug Strong Confidence brought up this. He put the Emerging Growth Conference. Did you cover that one? Ooh.
I don't think I did.
Okay, Decentralized Life will be featuring presenting company of Emerging Growth Conference. The company's presentation will be held, this is huge news, February 2nd, which is when? Tomorrow.
Tomorrow, yes.
Yes. 2:30 Eastern. Be there, be here, be there, be nowhere. The company's presentation will include institutional and retail investors can watch the presentation, so that is huge. What kind of the speculation here is what kind of the retailers there, as far as who will be there. You can probably go there to the web. They have the webcast, but what retailers will be picking up on this, and what could be added, and what news could pop from that? That's more speculation there of what could happen with that. You know that Kage, that's something you don't want to miss there because that was huge news right there. Some people might not have seen that for new viewers for that. So I'm saying I'm going to come back and check all these.
Yeah, it's hard to go through all these comments to see what people are saying and understand which words mean what.
Oh, well, you live and learn there. So, looks like we have. What else do you have to add to this hog there? So, guys, on this one, I'm just gonna say, just because we need more information to come out about it, it'll have to play out through the year. I'm gonna call this one. This one's gonna be a watch on mine because I just want to play it, see how the news plays out. I'm not trying to talk negative about it. I just want to see more news. What do you guys got?
Same, man. Sounds like they've got a lot of eggs in a lot of baskets, and
Yeah.
I want to hear it tomorrow. I think after tomorrow, honestly, we'll.
Yeah. I'm sure on Friday you're going to see the dump job because there's a lot of hype on it, and you're seeing people. I mean, it's showing up on all the the search engine analytics and things like that. Kage, what do you got?
For this stock, social media has become a part of our daily life, and it's going to be interesting to see which way this one goes. So I would put it on a watch list. If you're conflicted about your morals about this stock, then you can just give it a pass.
Okay, fair enough. Well, I'm out of here. What about you guys?
I'm out too. So good night.
Peace out.
Don't make it a dog show. And good night now!